I'm going to tell you a fascinating story of a dude named Jesus Gonzalez. Fascinating dude. Kind of a wiry, I need to paint the picture. He's kind of a wiry dude, maybe weighs about 160 pounds or so. And he comes from Mexico City. He came to the last project class and he hardly speaks English, right? Like he knows enough to get by. And as you can imagine at the project, you've got 75 hours of real physical evolutions that you have to go through that Instructor Ray and Instructor Steve dish out. Gentlemen, welcome to the project. And then there's also the classroom times that you have to go through and journaling and learning life management, time management, productivity, personal discipline, and putting together your life's vision plan and what your daily mission would look like to achieve your life's vision. So he knew just enough in terms of language and understanding of the English language to grasp the project. But he certainly was not fluent and did not have mastery of the English language. The reason I share that with you is because as I unfold the story here in front of you, you're going to be blown away. So the project, as I said, consists of 75 hours. And our man Jesus comes from Mexico City. And he's excited because he's heard about the project and seen the project. And in fact, one of his friends came with him to the project. And so Jesus signed up for the project and they both came to class 14, this last class that took place. And during the 75 hours of the project, there's all types of evolutions. And not everyone is good at every evolution. And that's by design. Because even if you're the most fit and athletic guy, and Jesus was definitely fit and athletic, there are certain things that you're just not going to be good at. And so he might be great at hiking and endurance stuff, but where strength was concerned, he really didn't shine. You know, carrying heavy logs and 5-gallon containers of water up hilly hikes. And so you can imagine while he's got endurance, he doesn't have much strength, being kind of skinny and wiry. Our man Jesus found himself in a place of, getting injured. And throughout the project, if you get injured, you can roll to another class. But if you ring the bell and quit, that's it. You can't roll to another class. You have to pay and come do the project again a second time. And about 40 or so hours into the project, one of the evolutions is the beach evolution, where we take all the candidates and we take them to the beach early in the morning before the sun comes up. And Instructor Ray, the Navy SEAL, puts them through several hours through surf torture. There's no other way to say it. It's surf torture. You may feel like you're going to get washed out to sea, but you won't. You may feel like that you're drowning, but you're not. You may feel like it's too cold for you, but it's not. And you may feel like you can't do it, but you can. However, when you're fatigued, you're hungry, you don't know how long this evolution is going to last, and it's pitch dark, and you just hear the mighty Pacific Ocean growling at you wave after wave, it gets pretty overwhelming and intimidating. And so with that in mind, as we get to the beach, our friend Jesus tells one of the medics that, hey, my eye doesn't feel right. Well, as it turns out, several hours earlier, while going through another evolution, one of the guys in front of him kicked up a piece of rock, and this piece of rock hit him right in the eye. Well, over those hours, his eye continued to swell and swell and swell to the point where he was starting to have blurry vision. And so Jesus tells the medic, like, hey man, my eye's swollen. It's blurry vision. I don't want to quit, but am I safe to go into the ocean? And the medics take a look at him and they come to the conclusion that there's not any good reason to put you in the ocean, because you're probably going to get sand in your eyes, you're going to get hit by the waves. Even if you're linked up with all the other guys, your body's being thrown around, and if another dude's elbow or knee hits your eye while the wave's smashing you around, you're probably going to get your eye f***ed up, right? And so they deduced that they're going to medically roll him. So the plan was that one of our junior cadre, we have plenty of junior cadres, would put him in the van and take him to Newport Beach Medical Center. Now you have to understand, the project compound is in Chino Hills, California. And just to show you the difference here in terms of mileage, it's about a 35 to 38 mile drive on the highway from Chino Hills, our compound for the project, to Newport Beach, where we run the beach evolution. And this is early in the morning at this point. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 5:30, 6 in the morning. And so one of the junior cadre take Jesus and his eye to the emergency urgent care. And they drop him off and they go, hey man, when you're done, here's our number, call us and we'll come back and pick you up when they discharge you and look at your eye. And of course, we continue on with the project. Here's where things get crazy. Now remember, Jesus does not have anything with him. No ID, no money, no cell phone, none of his personal belongings. He is not a citizen or a resident of the United States. So now this mother finds himself at the Newport Beach urgent care, and they're checking out his eye and so on. Now we continue on with the project. We do the beach evolution. The sun comes up. We do our thing. We load the guys up in the van. We drive back to the compound, and off we go. Keep in mind, it's getting close to, gosh, about 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and the instructors are taking the guys in the van to another destination. And I decided to hang back because I had some work to do on my laptop. So I figured I'd just sit in the lobby of the compound in Chino Hills and work on my laptop while the instructors take these guys on another evolution for the next hour. Thank goodness I was there and didn't go to that next evolution with everyone. All of a sudden, at around 7 p.m., now keep in mind the last time we saw Jesus, it was probably around 6 a.m. that morning. By 7 p.m., some 13 hours later, I hear a knock on the front door of the compound. I'm like, well, that's weird. The guys just left. There's no way they're back from this evolution. Like maybe they forgot something and they don't have the key to get in. So I open the front door, and who do I see? Jesus Gonzalez. And he goes, hello, sir. And I'm like, Jesus, hello. And I'm befuddled because I'm looking outside in the parking lot to see if he got dropped off by Uber or a taxi or how he got there. So I go, Jesus, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm back. I'm back from the emergency room. And he's got this, that wristband they put on you when you go to the hospital or the emergency room. And he's got this yellow envelope of his discharge papers. And I go, Jesus, it's just you and that plastic water bottle. He's just got this empty plastic water bottle. He goes, yes. I go, who dropped you off? He goes, I walked. I go, you walked from where? He goes, from the bus stop. I go, wait a minute. You haven't slept for about 30 some odd hours since the project started. Last we heard, you were at the emergency room in Newport Beach. You were going to call us. We gave you a number that you would borrow a phone and call us and we'd pick you up. He goes, I know. But in the beginning of the project, when it started at hour number 1, you said all of life was teamwork, leadership, communication, and problem solving, sir. And so I decided to FIO, figure it out. One of the things we preach and we teach at the project is FIO, as in figure it out, solve through your problems in life, instead of being a little bitch about it and complaining and telling everybody about your problems, thinking that it's going to get better. So Jesus took this mindset of problem solving and figuring things out, and he decided to ask the front desk nurse at the hospital, how do I get to the police department? And so the front desk nurse sends him, says, the police department is walking distance. It's about 2 miles away. And so he walks to the police department. She draws on a piece of paper the direction. He goes to the Newport Beach Police Department and he says, hey, can you guys help me? I need the bus route that will take me from Newport Beach to Chino Hills. And of course, the front desk person there at the Newport Beach Police Department prints out like 8 pages of different bus routes that you would have to go to connect from Newport Beach to Chino Hills. And Jesus is telling me the story, standing in the lobby, holding his plastic bottle. And my jaw is dropped, man. I'm just like, what the hell, dude? Like, this is for real. I go, Jesus, I get it. You went from the emergency room to the police department, but how in God's name did you get on a bus once you got the bus route? He goes, oh, simple, sir. There was a tire shop nearby the bus stop, and I knew I needed money to get to my destination. So how much money did you need? He goes, I needed $18.75 to get here. Okay. He goes, so I asked the tire shop if they have a job for me. And they said, well, we just got a shipment of a lot of tires in. Can you take the tires from out there, bring them inside here, and organize them by tire sizes? He said, sure. He said, I did that for 2 hours, and they ended up giving me $10. Like, no shit. Yeah. So now he's got $10 towards his $18.75 bus fare. I go, Jesus, then what happened? He goes, well, I needed $8.75 more. And so I ended up getting another job. I go, where else did you get another job? He goes, I walked to Costa Mesa, the neighboring city, and there was an electronics store that had dirty windows. And I walked in and I said, can I clean your windows? I said, but you don't have any cleaning supply. He goes, no, but they did. And so they paid him $5 to clean the windows with their supply. So now he cleans the windows and he realizes he needs $3.75. And so he continues to walk to the bus stop that he's going towards, and he finds a little taco truck. At this point, the taco truck, the people are cleaning it and getting it ready to start serving up breakfast and lunch, right? And so he asks them, can I help clean the taco truck? And they go, sure. And he goes, can you pay me $3? And they said, yes. So the dude cleans the taco truck with them, and now he's got $18. As he gets to the bus stop, he sees this older Mexican woman who's also waiting at the bus stop. And they start speaking together in Spanish, and he tells him that he needs another 75 cents to be able to get the entire fare for his bus route from Newport Beach to Chino Hills. Now guys, keep in mind, he's telling me this story. He's dirty, filthy. You gotta picture this. Like, he's got mud under his eyes. He's got dirt under his fingernails. Like, this dude's crawled in the pit. He's done the ice bath. He's pulled the truck. He's hiked the loop. He's done it all. Like, he's filthy. He looks like a homeless man. And he's standing in the lobby of the compound with this empty plastic bottle, and he's telling me the story just piece by piece as I'm fishing it out. I'm like, this he comes from a foreign country to do the project. We leave him in Newport Beach. He doesn't call us because he wants to figure it out and problem solve instead of bothering us, he says. And then I met this little old lady at the bus stop in Costa Mesa, and she gave me the 75 cents I needed to get the fare that I needed. And I connected to all these different buses from Costa Mesa to Westminster to Anaheim to Yorba Linda to Chino. And then from Chino, he walks to Chino Hills. And at 7 p.m., after 13 hours, he's knocking on the compound door. And as I open it, I realize it's Jesus. And I realize in this very moment, as he takes a good 15 minutes to tell me this story, holding his empty water bottle. I said, bro, you must be thirsty, right? He goes, yes, sir. I go, oh my God, man, I'm so sorry. Let's go back there and get you some Gatorade, get you some water, get you some electrolytes, and hydrate you. And so we hydrate him, and it's just me and him, and I'm just blown away. I'm like, Jesus, you're welcome to come do the next class. You do realize that you're medically rolled, so you can come and do the next class. And he says, yeah, absolutely, I'm going to come and do the next class. I just didn't want my eye to get worse. I said, all right, man, we'll sit down, take a load off while the guys come back, because I think your class needs to hear the story. Like, this will inspire your class. There's a lot of guys that are tired. Many of them have rung the bell since the last time we saw you. And, you know, others have medically rolled. And the guys that are left, like, they can make it if they hear your inspirational story. And he goes, okay, but I don't want to sit down. I was like, this how do you not want to sit down? He goes, is there cleaning supply here that I can just help clean your gym and your compound here while I wait? I'm like, yes. Right there in that cleaning closet is all the cleaning supply. And Jesus goes and gets a bucket, he gets the mop, he gets the towels, he gets the sauce, and he just starts swabbing the decks like a sailor. And I'm blown away watching this guy, because there's no reason that he needs to be doing that other than the fact that he is so committed to flipping the switch in his life and no longer being mediocre and average, no longer accepting being a victim, always solving problems, always communicating, always leading himself, and always being an example to others, and doing this so that he can show his team that if I could do it, then you guys can do it. Because I'm here to tell you that all of life is problem solving, teamwork, leadership, and communication. And if you can't FIO, you can't figure shit out, you can't flip your switch from victim to victor, you will always suffer. You will always swim in the sea of mediocrity. You will always drift through life looking to plug your umbilical cord into everybody else's belly button, because you will think that the other guy or the other gal is the man or woman on the white horse, never once giving yourself credit that you are the man on the white horse, that you have the answers, you have the ability to figure it out, to problem solve, and to lead yourself to the outcome that you want. And the only people that don't have problems in life are dead people. The rest of us, we need a FIO, figure it out, solve through our problems, and create the outcome and the destiny that we're meant to have.